Welcome back, guys. Jamaica's 60th anniversary celebrations have highlighted the importance of continued growth and development in the performing arts. Zooming in now to give us some perspective on Jamaica's performing arts landscape is cultural studies lecturer and performing arts specialist Fabian Thomas. Good morning, Fabian. Welcome to Smile.
Morning. That whipped coffee.
You know, Fabian, that's not what you're here to talk about, you see. And as a man, as a man who frequents cafes, it would suit you to try something new. Your palate would really have enjoyed that.
So where was the whipped cream? Where was the whipped cream?
Something more. You're in my age group,
Measurement instruments.
Yes.
But
You know,
Simone,
you work with what?
Simone, you're a trooper. You took one for the team. Data, however, said no.
You didn't taste it?
Anyway, as we were.
Like, this is where we blame the telecommunications provider and say, signal, somebody plug out Fabian, plug out Fabian. Why, Fabian? Why?
Thank you, Fabes.
Why?
One for the team. You're doing this interview alone. I'm just going to sit back and recover.
Simone, you believe Fabian? Anyway. Fabian is a storyteller, right? So we'll start there. First of all, let's talk about Tribe Sankofa.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Tribe Sankofa.
So we are celebrating our 10th anniversary, and I honestly did not know Tribe would be in my life for so long, but I'm grateful. So the actual anniversary is December 5th, and we've been doing a year-long series of things to celebrate this milestone of this idea, this dream that I had to create this space for young performers that has been around for 10 years.
Excellent.
And I'm grateful. All the bumps in the road and the peaks and valleys, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Tell me how you think we're doing, sir, in your assessment, your educated assessment on how we're doing with the oral tradition, especially at a time like Jamaica 60. You know, you saw what happened yesterday. You see what we've been doing. How you feel, Faves? Are we passing or are we failing in terms of how we're protecting culture, the different facets, the different aspects?
I might mash some cons this morning.
It's okay. You do that regular.
Yesterday was nice and cute, and a stopgap and a show, and that is the problem for me, that we have these shows for occasions, but it's not consistent. And what we need is a consistent, equitable support for the performing arts and our oral traditions and our culture all the time.
And so what would that look like in real terms, Faith?
It would look like real, proper entertainment, culture, performing arts being a proper budget item that is honored and not added on. Same way how corporate things calling them say, we have this event and we want a little entertainment, but we don't have the money. And I think, so why are you calling me? So there was a line item for chair and food and venue, but nothing for the entertainers didn't come and be background sound. No. So, and this is part of our culture. It is this. So there's a systemic belief that performers and artists are dunce. That we do it because we can't do no better.
It's a hobby.
And it is sad.
It's a hobby. It's not our job.
Right now, somewhere, a parent or a teacher is telling a child, "Oh, you're so bright and you want the theater. What do you mean you want to be a musician? But you're so bright though."
Right.
And all the time, as opposed to this is a legitimate career. So I keep saying, there's some high schools and a study should be done to see how they've impacted the performing arts landscape and culture in Jamaica. Because they remember what happened in the school, especially in their high school, translated into their careers, into Jamaican culture, dance, music, theater, because there was this continued plugging into the matrix. Yeah. It breaks my heart as a JCDC adjudicator. I see amazing young people, and sometimes you follow them, you see them for like they're 5 years in high school, or if they go to sixth form. Then sometimes if the teacher who's coordinating their JCDC efforts and it dance, all without any extra pay, leaves, sometimes that school staff enter. Because it was being driven by one person or three people, not the school per se. So it's not plugged into the matrix that this is a real, real important thing.
Yeah.
So,
Theatre, culture, our traditional forms.
Yeah. But one of the things I'm hearing, Fabian, and I think, on one level, yes, government needs to support, but you raise something on another level. What about the private sector? What about corporate Jamaica? Because some of the things that we do very well at, particularly sport, is primarily driven by private sector support.
And here how it go now is the maths. When you approach a corporate person and them say, if I sponsor a football match or something athletics, I will get 3,000 people, 10,000 people will see my banner and my ad. You have 200 people in a theater, or if you do a proper run, you might have 1,000 people. So unless you have that handful of people in the corporate space who are committed to developing the arts and the culture, irregardless of profits. And we need more of those people who are saying, I am not looking to make a money off this. I'm supporting this on principle because it is important. And that's what the performing arts needs until we get to the level now. So maybe music, and I'm going to say reggae and dancehall are probably the only children in the camp who are a corporate sponsor will say, yeah, man, so if I do some fest or whoever, X amount of thousands of people will either buy my... But the rest of us are struggling. Dance and theater, Lord God. Visual arts, really?
So it's a government response, it's a private sector response. More stakeholders today, there's the teachers themselves, the principal.
And you have the handful of teachers who, let me tell you, and because I've done it in her, kill out themselves.
Yeah.
Stay afterwards, coordinate rehearsals with parents and pickups and drop-offs, and don't get any extra money, or the people who are hired as a dance or theater coordinators who get paid a pittance.
Yeah, it needs a
push and drive this.
Multi-sector.
It needs a longer discussion, particularly about the way the arts is dealt with in schools.
And here's another quick thing I want to add.
Yeah.
We have to also get back into the community level.
Absolutely.
But
if you improve the schools,
if
you improve the schools, the communities will improve. We have to go, Fabian.
Yes.
But I say all the time, because the sports programs are run by ISA, which is a collective of the principals in the schools, it gets the kind of commitment and support that is required.
So you need
that
a,
is
you
not
need a group
the, that's
like
not
that
this correct. That's not the structure for the performing arts, and maybe we also need to review the ways in which we bring the performing arts into the schools.
Most definitely.
All right, we gotta go.
Good points.
I was about to say we gotta go, my friend, but no. Man.
Thank you, your flames.
With a kiss. You betrayed me with a kiss.
That wasn't coffee, that was poison, straight up poison. Thank you, Fabian, Cultural Studies Lecturer and Performing Arts Specialist. Fabian Thomas with us this morning. I wanted to mention also the importance of the parents, right?
Yes, Sim.
Because when I was doing performing arts in high school, my parents actually pulled me from the program because they say, you can't do school and do performing arts, you're wasting your time, right? And that has led me to a mindset where anything that Erin says she wants to do in performing arts, I'm putting her in it because you just don't know. A calling is a calling is a calling. If your child has a particular leaning and gift, you ought to allow them to lean
and
into it.
And then don't have to be limited to one thing,
Several builds character and,
Absolutely.
One day, when they're a star, then you can't stop working. I joke, your children are not your pension. Don't follow me.